Yo, what's up, YouTube? I had somebody comment on the Imobb, quick little review that I did, the Imobb clone, and they asked me to do a quick little video on how I wick it. It did take me a couple times of wicking it before I kind of got it to where it was right for me. With a lot of RBAs, less cotton is more to get a better crackle and get better saturation. With the Imobb, if you go too light on the cotton, it will flood and your RBA will leak. So I had to re-wick it a couple times, and a lot of times I'll kind of trim off that top right there to make it flush across with the coil, that little top part that's sticking out on each side. But with this, I don't. I leave it just like that. I cut it about 1/3 of an inch past the side of the deck. That's another thing with a lot of RBAs. I typically will cut flush to the deck. This one I go a little bit past. And then you just kind of want to tuck it into those. Let me see if I can zoom in here. You just tuck it into those wells right there as good as you can. I don't really have a good setup for making these videos, so it's kind of hard for me to do this because I'm holding my phone with one hand and trying to do this. But anyway, the main thing is you go a little bit heavier on your cotton, trim it about 1/3 of an inch past the edge of the deck, and then just poke it in as flush as you can to those little wells. Let me see if I can do one side of it here. Hold my phone. One day I'll get a better setup for making these videos, sorry. I do it just like that, just tuck it into those wells, try to make it kind of flush with the side. I'll tuck in those little loose hairs and then do the other side the same way. I might cut just a little bit off that side. It was a little longer than this one. But that's it. You just want to tuck it flush into those wells and flush on the side. Let me see if I can do this one too. That's it right there. That's it. And then you'll just take your Imobb and slide it on top, and you're done. I didn't show this in the last video, but that's the inside right there. And you just slide this into the bottom of it. I'll juice it up a little bit. I know it may seem like a lot of cotton, but for me, this is the only way to keep it to where it won't be flooding your tank and dripping everywhere, spilling out the bottom. So, and it does seem to stay saturated. I'm not getting like a really good crackle from this particular RBA, but I've never gotten a dry hit, and I chain vape all the time, and it keeps up with the wicking. It's not like super saturated of a vape, but it's saturated enough. I'm trying a new coil. I had a staggered fuse Clapton in it, and I'm putting this is a higher resistance fuse Clapton, and this is like a 6 wrap versus I had like I think like a 4 wrap staggered fuse Clapton. So I'm trying a different coil in it. But yeah, that's it. Just go heavy on the cotton. Make sure it's tucked down really good into those little side wells, and should be good to go. Like I said, I will try to get a better setup, like a holder for my phone, so I can do more of these wicking tutorials. Vaping Bogan, he has a good wicking. His review of this, he has the authentic, of course. This is the clone, but they're pretty much identical. Versus this is $180 cheaper. But he has a good wicking tutorial, and he says the same thing. He says go heavy on the cotton or it'll leak, and it will. And he does it just pretty much the same way I do. So that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. Peace.